And the mayor got a chance to really express himself and talk about some things that he hasn't been able to just freestyle with and let people know what's on his mind. So I thought it was a great speech. He hit it out the park.
I would like to have heard more about quality of life issues, which he briefly touched on as it pertains to our neighborhoods, police patrols, building and housing code enforcement, the conditions of our roads and streets. Between now and April 1st, I hope to hear a lot more as to what the game plan will be, because right now, the question was asked about immigration. I'm not so much worried about immigration, I'm worried about keeping people in light of what they see the quality of life in their neighborhoods diminishing.
You know what? One of the things, I'm glad he confronted the DOJ report. One of the things I'm happy about, he took responsibility for it, and he said we're going to make things better. And that's all I wanted to hear more so as it relates to that, because I do think there are some changes that need to be made, and I'm glad that the city is going to be working with the federal government to make those changes.
I would love to hear more about the Department of Justice and where they're at with the Department of Justice, and how he's going to reach out to the community every 3 months to give us a progress review of where we're at with the Department of Justice.
A few things that I really liked was he said we do hard times. Clearly he's embracing the fact that Cleveland is a tough town and that we're going through tough times, and we have to recognize that. I also like the fact that he talked about the RNC, the gay games, and the senior games as something that wasn't given to the city of Cleveland. We fought for those and we got them. And if we are going to fight as hard for social justice and reform as he talked about today with regard to the DOJ and all the healing that we have to do as a community, I feel really positive.
Well, I think he spoke to the fact that we're all in this together. And I'm glad to finally hear that, because we've talked about this on more than one occasion, Layla, that we are creating two Clevelands. And that gap under his administration is getting wider and wider. And I'm glad to hear him say today that we got to bridge that gap. And that we, the business community, the clergy, the schools, the politicians, we all got to come together. And he said, when we all come together, we succeed. The question and the details are, what are we going to do to resolve this problem with two Clevelands? Because if you tell me that we got $25 million, and that $25 million is going to be spread out through the entire city again, then that means, once again, those communities that need it most are going to still have to fight for it, and they don't seem to win when they're fighting for it.